Minivan video number 3 with pricing updates, destinations, and some other information coming at you right now. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, ding, dong, and give this video a big thumbs up.
So we're here today to talk to you about my favorite service at Walt Disney World. I love it so much that we have taken it over 30 times on our past 4 trips because, well, we'll tell you because here in a little bit. But if you're not sure what the Minnie Van service is, it is a ride share that you can take throughout anywhere at Walt Disney World, whether it's the resorts or to the other parks, or there's somewhere else you can take it too, huh, Dave? We'll talk about that.
I'll tell you where you can take it to.
That was not nice.
I know.
So to call a minivan for to call
that phone.
To order, what do you do? Do you order a minivan?
It's like a pizza.
So call a minivan. You need the Lyft app on your phone, and you must be on Walt Disney World property for the minivans to actually show up on the app. Many of you know how much I love the minivans, and I'm excited about this updated video, Dave, because there's some new changes, and it just gives me a chance to talk about minivans, which I think are just super cute. If you have not seen the minivans, they are covered in many little polka dots. The minivan rocks the dots all through Walt Disney World. It is a Chevy Traverse. There's all kinds of cute little mini symbols on there, but it's not just the special ride, right? You get to rock around Walt Disney World in your minivan.
Like it's a clock.
I was just thinking of, are you gonna dab?
I guess, I don't know.
Rock around the clock. I think that's cute. We're driving. Well, we're not driving.
I'd be driving, you'd be sitting.
That's right. I would be sitting in my minivan, waving to everybody.
Rolling in my 6 foe.
So the minivans, they have tinted windows too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you have
the sun
Disney...
never sets on it. Never mind.
They have the Disney whatever. Oh, I love that part. Is that something I should talk about now? We're going to. So minivans, when you get
holding on for dear life, and I don't know why. Should we talk about it now?
Take me to Disney. I want to ride in a minivan.
Hold on, let me call it.
I don't think it'll drive this far. You have to be on Walt Disney World property. We are not there, Dave.
I don't want to pay for the mileage.
It probably cost as much as a trip.
You want me to do the math? You keep talking, I'll do the math.
Do the math. So before we get into all the reasons that I love minivans, there's some updating we need to do. So Dave, being the the numbers guy and the one in charge of all of this fun.
The one that cares about the money.
The boring stuff.
The boring stuff, you know, how to finance the trip. So my recent trip in January, I did take a minivan 3 or 4 times, mainly to see how the different pricing structure would shake out. So here's the deal. Minivans used to be a flat fee. Originally, a couple years ago when they came out, they were 20 bucks, was up to 25 bucks last year. And then at the end of 2018, leading into 2019, they released a new pricing structure that was very similar to what a standard Lyft or Uber would do, with a flat fee plus mileage. Okay, in this case of the minivan, you're looking at a flat fee of 15 bucks plus about $2.75 a mile. So here's the deal. That cost for the longer trips is now going to be significantly higher than the $25 you would have paid before. For example, I took what was about the longest drive you can get on Walt Disney World property, which is from Animal Kingdom to the Wilderness Lodge. And that cost me about 39 bucks before tip. So $14 higher than the $25 flat fee. But conversely, after my dinner at Wilderness Lodge, I took a minivan to the Polynesian, which only cost me 18 bucks. So it was $7 less. So averaged out about 7 bucks more.
Now, you said about your longest trip. There's one trip that we have not done yet, and I'm waiting for this to happen.
Oh, jeez.
You can take your minivan to or from the Orlando airport, which is
the international one.
Thank you. What's it called?
It's McCarran International Airport.
MCO, right? I feel like we should do a dance like YMCA, only MCO airport.
YMCO.
So you can take a minivan from the airport and get to Walt Disney World even faster.
For the low cost of $150 one way.
I think it's worth it.
What? Are you kidding me?
You know, you can get right down there, get your minivan. You have to call ahead though. That's something you have to do at least the day before.
This is really call.
Yes, actually call. You can't use the Lyft app for this part, but call ahead and they will meet you there at the airport. So you don't have to get a car. You don't have to wait in line to get on the Magical Express. I don't know what you're going to say, but it must be funny because you're laughing at yourself. So you don't have to wait. You can get to wherever you want to go. If they're taking your luggage to the resort, you can tell your minivan, take me to Magic Kingdom. Take me to Epcot. Take me to the Poly for a Lapu Lapu. Right? Like,
Lapu Lapu.
Yeah. Did I say it wrong?
No, you said Lapu Lapu.
Lapu Lapu.
Well, I mean, officially it's named a Lapu Lapu, but
that's another video.
In our household, it's named a Lapau.
That's another video. Maybe I shouldn't bring that up. So anyway, I think it's worth it.
I just want them to be standing at the bottom of the escalator with a sign that says
Brandy and Dave.
Galley Weekets.
What? Winston needs out. So anyway, your sign.
Does your minivan have Bud Light? Yes, it does. Well, then I'm Mr. Galley Weekets.
I have no clue what you're
You mean Dr. Galakowitz? Yes, I am. I'm referencing an old Bud Light commercial from like 1993.
I don't know that.
That's the Mr. It's the what? Mr. Galley Weekets? No?
I have no clue.
All right, go ahead.
Someone might. If you know that commercial, comment below for Dave because his wife has no clue. So airport, not only airport. So not only can you take it, as I said, from the airport, but you can take it back to the airport, which is, you know, one of the saddest things is leaving Walt Disney World because then you get the Disney blues.
You get to pay for Tragical Express this time.
You can hold on to that magical experience just a little bit longer with your own cast member, right? We can talk about that later too. I have so many things that I want to talk about because I just love
so much room for activities.
So taking that back to the airport, it is $150 again, but you do not have to leave as soon as if you have to leave on Magical Express.
The real Tragical
You need
Express.
to have your minivan 2 hours before your flight instead of the, I believe it's 4 hours. No, 3, I'm sorry. So before the 3 hours that you would need. So you get an extra hour.
Now I do agree that $150 might be worth it for that 1 extra hour there. Depending, I mean, we'll see. But if you want to maximize your time, I can understand that. The front end part though, picking you up at the airport and bringing you there whenever you can just hop on a bus. Again, maybe a short trip if you're only there for a day or two where you have to get somewhere specifically at a designated time, like you're trying to make a dinner reservation, Bippity Boppity Boutique or something to that effect. But otherwise, I just don't think it's worth it.
Depends on what is important to you.
So we touch on this for every single minivan video that we do. Is it worth it?
Yes.
Maybe. Here's how the numbers break down. If you are going to use just strictly Disney transportation, then no, they're not going to be worth it because you are planning to use the buses, the monorail, the boats, and such. At that point, I don't know, 39 bucks, it's a little steep. It's not going to compete with that. Where they are going to be worth it is if you are going to rent a car, you have to pay for parking at all on-property resorts now. So if you do the math, you take what your car rental would be for your entire stay and the amount that you are going to pay per day to park that car and compare it to how many minivans you are going to take. Now you have to do the math a little more. You can't just say it's going to be 25 bucks each, but if you took an average of say $32, which would be the $7 over from my previous example, and multiply that out by the number of minivans you're going to take, then you can get a pretty true numbers comparison, and then you won't have to rent a car and you still don't have to drive.
So I know you said you weren't sure, but for me, it is absolutely worth it because there are so many, there's so many reasons to me that it's worth it. One, I am not a fan of riding on crowded buses, which they're not always crowded, but a lot of times they're standing room only, especially at the end of the day. And, you know, a lot of people are very tired and everyone on the bus is not a cheerful, nice cast member. It is people, real world people that get kind of grumpy, right? And I get grumpy too, so I get it. So a minivan for me is like a de-stress. It's a way for me, I can sit back, I can charge my phone because there's a really cool little phone charger in there. The kids are riding along, they have car seats for them. Dave can sit and talk to the cast member because he's a talker.
It's really hard to shut up right now.
But it's a relaxing experience for me. And the biggest thing for me too is time. We're not waiting in line because we've waited in line all day. You're not waiting in line for a bus. Yes, you have to call your minivan and you have to wait for it, but generally they come pretty fast. So you can make an extra stop at the gift shop or, you know, whatever you need to do if it's going to be a little bit longer.
Right. Pay for a minivan and buy more stuff. So wonderful.
But usually they are really fast, and we have been in line waiting for a bus and saw that there were so many people in front of us that we weren't going to get on that bus, and we've called a minivan, and the minivan has shown up before the bus even got loaded with the people that, you know, we weren't going to fit on anyways.
Right.
So it really depends. And for me, and I think for us, we get to Disney a couple times a year, hopefully, maybe more than that, just depending. So time's a huge factor for us, and saving time, you know, getting to our resort faster, I think makes the minivan worth it.
Yeah. Just to touch on a couple things, I think our longest wait ever for a minivan was like 12 minutes. And the longest time it took for us to actually get one on the app to be assigned to us was maybe 4 or 5 minutes. So yeah, there might be a little bit of a lag time. The other point that I'd like to make is that if you have to be at a resort at a specific time for a reservation for dinner and you're at another resort, you would have to take, if you're using Disney transportation, a couple different methods. So a bus to a park and then from that park to the resort, because there is no transportation directly from resort to resort. So utilizing a minivan at that point can definitely be worth it. Even at $35, $38, it could save you the 1.5 hours to 2 hours of travel time you might have if you were to use Disney's transportation. So now it's your turn to tell us, have you used minivans? What are your thoughts? Do you think they're worth it? Whatever it is, leave it down in the comments section below. And while you're down there, if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up. So thanks for joining us, folks. Appreciate you watching. For Brandy, I am Dave, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye, guys. So, guys, Dave left. So, what I want to tell you is minivans are an absolute must. Don't let anyone talk you out of it, because regardless of the cost, it is amazing to just get your own personal cast member. And Winston, shh, you're gonna make Dave come back. Shh. So you're going to stop. All right, not only is it faster, it's more relaxing, and the kids can sit in the car seats and you don't have to hold them on the bus, which is really nice. But yeah, don't let anyone talk you out of it. At least try one and give it a go, and I bet you will love the minivans forever, like me. I'm like #minivan obsessed. Yes, I said hashtag, and I'm almost 40 years old. I don't care. Try them out. Let me know what you think.